You know that dream we all have, earning that sweet, sweet passive income from real estate. But let's be real for a second. The huge down payments, the perfect credit score, all the complexity, it just feels like it's a club for the super wealthy, right? Well, what if I told you there's another way? A way to get in on the action for less than the cost of a fancy dinner.
So when you see this question, what's your gut reaction? For most of us, the answer has always been a loud, clear yes. I mean, you see the massive price tags on houses and apartments and just figure, hey, that's a game I can't afford to play. But today, we're going to challenge that idea head on.
So let's just break it down. Look at the traditional path on the left. It's like climbing a mountain, right? You need a huge pile of cash for a down payment, a nearly perfect credit score, and of course, the joy of getting those late-night calls about a leaky toilet. But now, look over at the path on the right. Low cost, no credit check, and zero management headaches. And look, this isn't some fantasy. It's just a different tool for the job.
And that really gets us to the core of the dilemma, doesn't it? You want that financial freedom that real estate can offer, but you're stopped dead in your tracks by this giant wall of cash and complexity. It's frustrating, and it's what keeps so many of us on the sidelines, just thinking we can't get in the game.
I mean, just listen to this quote from financial educator Ashley M. Fox. It just nails it, right? Getting paid without all the usual headaches, that's the dream. So the question is, how do we actually make that a reality?
Well, the solution is something called a REIT. That's spelled R-E-I-T. And while it's actually been around for decades, it's kind of flown under the radar for a lot of everyday investors. This is the key that can unlock that door to real estate for you.
So, to put it simply, a REIT is just a company whose whole business is owning and running properties that make money, like apartment buildings, malls, or warehouses. When you buy a share, you're not buying a single building. You're buying a tiny piece of a huge real estate empire. And the best part? They trade on the stock market, so buying one is as easy as buying a share of any other company.
And here's what's so wild. REITs are woven into the fabric of our everyday lives. Seriously. Every time you go to the mall, or you see an Amazon delivery truck, or even drive past a self-storage place, chances are you're looking at a property owned by a REIT. They're pretty much the physical backbone of our entire economy.
Okay, let's get to the most important part. How does this actually put money in your pocket? It's not magic. It's actually a super simple, predictable flow of cash that ends up right with you, the shareholder.
Let's break down this little money machine. So, step 1, huge reliable tenants. We're talking Amazon, Walgreens, even the Bellagio casino. They all pay their rent to the REIT. Step 2, the REIT uses some of that money to pay its own bills. Mortgages, taxes, upkeep. And then for step 3, the magic happens. A huge chunk of what's left over gets paid directly to you.
And this is the secret sauce that makes that machine so reliable. That 90%, that's not just a nice company policy. It's the law. For a company to even qualify as a REIT, it is legally required to pay out at least 90% of its profits to its shareholders as dividends. This whole legal structure is what makes them such powerful income machines.
Okay, enough with the theory. Let's make this real with some actual examples. This is where it gets really fun, because you can literally start owning little pieces of the world you already know and interact with every single day.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. Instead of just being a customer and spending money at the Bellagio, you can be one of its owners. You can be the one collecting a piece of the action every time someone checks into a room or sits down at a blackjack table.
So here's a perfect example. Realty Income. Its ticker symbol is just the letter O. They literally call themselves the monthly dividend company, and for good reason. For about $52, you get a piece of a portfolio that has really solid tenants like Walgreens and 7-Eleven, plus iconic places like the Bellagio. And yep, they pay you every single month.
Or how about this one? This is a huge idea. We all know Amazon is a giant, right? But what about the companies that own all those massive warehouses that Amazon absolutely needs to run its empire? Well, that's where you can come in.
So, meet Prologis. This is the biggest owner of industrial real estate in the world. Think about it. Every time you click Buy Now on Amazon, there's a good chance that package is coming from a Prologis warehouse. By owning a share of them, you get a little cut every single time Amazon pays its rent. You're basically investing in the backbone of e-commerce itself.
And this, right here, is why this is such a game changer for regular people. As our source points out, with some of these shares trading for less than $10, the barrier to getting started isn't thousands of dollars. It's literally pocket change. You can start building your own real estate portfolio with whatever you're comfortable with.
So, how do you actually do it? It's literally 3 simple steps. First, you open an online brokerage account. It's free, and it takes less than 10 minutes. Second, you just link your bank account and transfer whatever amount you want to start with. And third, you search for the REIT's ticker symbol, like O for Realty Income, and you click Buy. That's it. You are officially a real estate investor.
Okay, so buying that first share, it's a huge thrill. But the real power here is the long game. This isn't about getting rich quick. It's about systematically building what Ashley Fox calls forever money, a real, steady income stream that can help support you for the rest of your life.
Think of it like this. What is your money's job right now? If it's in a savings account, its job is to sit there and earn a tiny but safe return. But by investing it in a REIT, you're basically giving your money a promotion. Now, of course, with a bigger job and bigger potential rewards comes more risk. Just like any stock, a REIT's value can go up or down. But in exchange for that risk, you're giving it the potential to work so much harder for you, year after year.
And that's the real mental shift here. The goal isn't just to say you own property. It's about the freedom that comes from having an income that doesn't rely on you clocking in at a 9 to 5. REITs are simply a fantastic tool to help you build that freedom one share at a time.
And I really want to end with this incredibly empowering message from the source because it's so important. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. It doesn't matter if you feel like you're late to the party. The tools are out there, the cost to get started is lower than ever, and you are right on time.
So the only question left is this. What part of your world will you own first? Will it be the malls you shop at? The warehouses that deliver your packages? Or the hotels you dream about staying in? The choice is all yours, and you can start today.